So, it's time to become unmuzzled. Yeah. That was the picture I saw for this video. Just unmuzzling. God is unmuzzling those who are supposed to come forth and speak what He's put inside of them, or share, or do, or step into that thing that He's showing you. It's time. It just is. So whatever you feel, whatever you're excited about, whatever you've been dreaming or scheming, take a step towards it. Whether that's write a page in your first book that you're supposed to write. Give a call to that family member that you know you need to connect to, even though you're very bitter towards them. Start with forgiving them first. That'll help. Try that new recipe you were gonna do. Start that blog. Even if you're too scared to make it go live or make it be seen, start writing. Just do something. The time is now. I wanted to talk a little bit about this whole COVID crazy years. I still can't believe it's been like 2.5 years. But for me, I've been going through a process, as I'm sure many of you have. I just had to go back and figure out what year it actually was that I had a major shift in my life during this whole COVID season. Started transpiring for me was something so shocking because I did not see that coming. But we ended up leaving our church that we were a part of for 10 years. And it just happened that God started stirring me and my husband the year prior. And we had a lot of conversations with the leadership and just wanted them to also pray and consider, is this God? Is this us? What's going on? Because I really strongly wanted to do it right in God's way with honor and not just decide, okay, I'm done. I don't feel this is God and certain things, whatever. But I knew that, you know, we were supposed to be part of it for as long as we were. And so this was so out of left field for us. And for my husband to even be feeling it as well was just like, this is so, what is going on? And I shouldn't say good year, a pretty rough year of just kind of working through all of that. That's a whole story in itself. But we thought we were to stay, and then God ends up saying, okay, you're actually done. So November 2020, we left our church that we had been a part of for 10 years. And we knew God was just calling us out. And we didn't know to what. That was a weird feeling because I have been a part of a church pretty much since I was saved at 7 years old, as long as I can remember. My mom always found the church to go to, and I was taught you need to go to a church in a building. God was doing so much cleansing, purging, revealing. Like, He used some crazy, horrible circumstances of the whole world being shaken up to get our attention. And, you know, we had a choice. Like, everybody's stuff was bubbling to the surface. And what are you going to do with it? You know, like, okay, lots of fear of man, because lots of people feel like things should be done a certain way and they think they're right. And there's fears, anxiety, depression, loneliness. Who am I apart from my people I usually hang out with that I can't hang out with anymore? What am I if I'm not ministering to other people all the time? You know, just so many things were stirred up. And I feel like during that time, it was such an incubator season for me and my family and my husband. And it was a time of God just pouring in, strengthening our foundation as family. We've always known that God has wanted to make it very clear. God first, marriage second, family third, ministry fourth. And yeah, in that order. So we've had to fight to stand on that, to believe that, to actually live that. And, you know, we started our family in 1999 when we first got married. like I said, we got pregnant on the honeymoon, so God was like, let's get started on this family. He said, okay. Even in the midst of knowing that, like I mentioned, you can still get caught up in like, oh, but I'm missing out, or oh, Ruslan should go after a career. But he, again and again, tried different things, would go to college for a little bit, then we would have another baby, and then it was like, okay, it's not for now. We started a business that went way different than we ever planned. It ended rough. We went through foreclosure and bankruptcy, like things we just never imagined would be a part of the process. Moved to Oregon, continued, just hone in on the family. During this time of COVID, God was just reminding us and like prioritizing the time we're spending with our family and really facing some of those fears of like, okay, we don't have a church that we're going to, but we know that we're the church. But is that enough? Like, I know it's like, forsake not the assembling of yourselves together. I know all of that. I believe all of that. So it was just like, God, is this you? Are you sure we just wait? So we waited and we prayed and we sought the Lord as a family, and we had church in our home every Sunday together as a family. And we got to have lots of good conversations with our kids. Looked at the areas where we just expected the church to fill the gaps, you know, in some of the ways. And I know church is a gift in that, like, it's important to have that connection with church. But no, God was saying, I'm doing a new thing. Trust me. My thing was like, I trust you, God, but I don't trust me 100%. Is this really you, God? Am I hearing right? Are we okay? Are we on the right track? But there was such peace in it and such joy and enjoyment of our lives, and just like going deeper, more layers, more healing, more addressing things that were coming up as you're spending so much time with your immediate family. Fully hone in on family. And basically that is still the message. Family, healthy, whole families. Like Danny Silk says, whole, healthy families are gonna save the world or change the world. I can't remember, but it's true. And we've fallen so far away from valuing family and marriage in the world, and even in Christianity. It became about the ministry and all the things, but God is like family. Holy Spirit, Jesus, Father, it's family. I wish that you would be one as we are one, and we're welcomed into that family of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's where we learn what a real family is like. Laying down your life for one another. Being willing to get uncomfortable, ask the hard questions, be there for each other when you have needs. It's key. He is really highlighting family. I would love to hear how he's been speaking to you about family and what you've been learning or stepping into more regarding family.